we call it with president of a university and bishop's Prof. So the name and the name of your institution.
I'm Bishop Dr. Rudolph
Mhm.
Q.Kwanue Senior. I'm a Liberian.
Okay. And the name of the institution?
Rudolph Q.Kwanue University College.
Okay. Rudolph Q.Kwanue University College. How is the college moving?
Well, we appreciate God for His blessing.
Mhm.
The college is doing well. We anticipate to launch fully by May, God's willing.
Okay. So May you will do your final launching of the college?
Very well.
How is the church? We know that this is a faith-based institution. How is the church moving?
The church is very well.
Okay.
And by God's grace, we are doing well and covering many churches across the world, not just Liberian churches.
How many churches you have?
We have churches across 153 nations.
Oh.
There's a lot of churches we cover, including universities and colleges, biblical institutions as well as secular institutions. We give them spiritual guidance and also give them education covering as well across the world.
So how is it in terms of the university own operations? Every time people complain no money, the no money syndrome is just in the country. How are you coping with the situation?
If someone tell you no money, it's absolutely true on the physical side. But if you put your brain to use, Liberia is rich. You that seated before me asking me, you are very rich. The nation Liberia is a country that God. So the country is very sweet, I can say to you.
Money is no longer coming from heaven. You see, we are
It don't have to come from
Is
heaven.
that spiritual?
It's not spiritual. It's our attitude. Sure.
You talk about attitude. What do you mean? Attitude to make money?
A attitude towards money. Liberian, we are very proud.
Okay.
We don't want to begin small. We want to hold something very big. We don't want to start somewhere little. We don't want to serve our brethren. We don't want to serve people that before us. So Liberians want to grab from the hair. And if you have that mindset, you cannot succeed in this world.
When you talk about grab by the hair, what do you mean?
People want to be the hair everywhere, and they are not just. It's not just possible to just grab everywhere. You need to start from somewhere. When God sent Moses to lead the children of Israel, God demonstrated a certain example and said, Moses, why is in your hand? He said, this is raw. And God said, drop it down. Moses drop it down. God never tell Moses, take A by the hair, but he said, Moses, take A by the tail. It means that before you start certain thing, a vision, start it from the beginning. Then at the end, it will grow up to yield fruit.
So you started from a small beginning.
A very small beginning. I was 6 years when I received this vision. 6 years old child. I begin to know myself. I was 6 years old child. I begin to remember to know things from the beginning. Even I was 6 years old when I began to settle cases between my parents, my father, and my mother's. And when I get to elementary school, teachers were asking me, Rudolph, what will you be when you become big? And I was saying I will become a medical doctor. I was not really focusing that I will become a pastor in the future. I will not know that I will become a theological doctor, whatsoever it takes. So when I got to 11th, whatsoever they were asking me, I would think stay about medical doctor. But after my graduation from Kaita High School in 2007, I was still thinking to become a medical doctor. But my resistance cannot accept that. Because I can't hold that tension to see certain cancer, whether so or bad treatment to really go. But it was my passion to become a doctor, but I don't really know a type of doctor. It was medical doctor in my mind, but it was not a dream. But what was ringing in my mind is doctor. Doctor throughout. There's a history of my journey.
So let's look at the school.
The school, okay.
Is it in terms of students? What was it?
I have high school, academic school, university that is accredited by the National Commission on Higher Education.
How long you been around for now?
We have been around 5 years plus since 2007, and we have been trying to have the accreditation with government of Liberia to the National Commission on Higher Education. We have a tough time with them, and they have their personal requirement for accreditation process, but with this thing we manage to work with them in line to have the requirement set of which is the facility, the library, the computer lab, the qualification of lecturers, and of course the funder biography, whatsoever it takes. Everything, every requirement requires it.
But they also talk about you must be a degree.
It's just a recent requirement, but I'm above that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm okay for that.
That means you have it.
I have that. That is not my worry. A recent requirement for a president, a vice president, whatsoever it is, should have a PhD grade from a credit school. I have that. It's not my worry. I'm not worried about that.
So when you got your PhD?
I'm on PhD 2 years back. And I still pursuing more. I have a PhD and still pursuing more.
Okay. So let's go a little bit to as related to your own biblical life. Looking at you as a young man, I know you may have some age, but you're still in the young range.
I'm 37 now. I just celebrated my 37 years in December 28th.
I know there are a lot of sometimes there are a lot of challenges along the way, difficulties as a young man. You know, getting closer to Christ. I know you face some challenges.
It was very challenging, but it was my decision. One of the best things I ever encountered or I ever encouraged. I mean, just say encourage. That's the best way to say. You are my wife. I met my wife when she was 13 years, and myself 14 years. So there's no raping kid now. You laugh. So we both were very little by then, and we understood our condition because her father disowned her. She had a lot of brothers behind her, and myself, I have parents, but they were not able to support me. And I saw her as a decent girl in our village, and I decided to hold her. We moved together as a young children. We suffered in the village during the wartime. We made sure our history is wrong, but if you check on our website, you will see everything on the university websites. You will see everything. I can give you the copy. You can read it for yourself. But she is determined, as well I'm determined too. No conflict. I hate girlfriend life. She hate boyfriend life. We hate anything but youthful ambitions. We focus on the vision that God has given me to move forward. This is where we are today. If I decide to really introduce or enter into youthful activities, you will not see me the way I am today.
So I mean, do you have a partner, or is that one person business or the church?
Well, it's linked to a church, but a church don't give much support like finance. A church just give sometimes a little contribution in terms of advices. Sometimes we have a little meeting. I share with them what God has given me to do, but it's a private institution.
So looking at the kind of country we're in and investing the kind of money in.
I tell you that Liberia is a beautiful country from the beginning, but we will have another time to discuss more how Liberia is.
So where are you getting all the money from? The kind of work you're doing now?
I get the money from Liberia. Liberia.
Partner give it to you?
And I also get the money from different country because before I could be recognized with high commission, I was operating my online schools.
Okay.
I had 2 universities. One have been recognized by Liberian government. That is Rudolph Q.Kwanue University College. The second one is Grace International Bio University that is operated from Maryland, Baltimore, USA. And with this institution, I have distant education students. And with these students from 163 nations, I think I mentioned that earlier.
Yeah.
From 163 nations, we have what we call free tuition program, but students can register. But imagine operating from 163 nations is a heady job. We operate on free tuition, but students do register. As students register into Liberia. Because I love Liberia, I receive a lot of invitations to travel to different countries like Australia, Canada, US, and UK, but I refuse everything because I really love Liberia.
Okay, so finally, before we leave for you, I want to understand from your experience, what kind of message are you sending out to young people who are coming out to follow your footsteps?
One of the things I always tell them when I meet young groups is that to prioritize youthful life is meaningless. It has no use. You need to swallow something from your youthful age. When you reach to 40 years, Every man need to be established by 40 years. And every woman, when you reach to 30 years, you don't established forget about life. A man, if you reach to 40 years, you don't established forget about life. You need to be established within this 2 period. Then you can start enjoying yourself. But for youth, if you love anything too much, it can carry you. So I'm a youth. My age 37, I still a youth.
You're still a young man.
Yeah. But I don't just love to live in it. I have not know anything they call club in Liberia. I never visit beach or
Because of your
beaches.
principle.
Because of my mind.
The way you came up.
My mind, not just the way I came up, but the way I decide. That's how I just decide. I spent 13 years with my parents in the village. But when I came here, no, it just I can say God. It's an engine that God placed in me. I'm a very young and small, but the engine that in me can control 120-year-old people. I can control our country president. I can control ministers, I control senators. I don't like boasting, but I like too much talking.
Do you have political ambition?
I have nothing like that. People push that on me every day. Even recently, people have come to my office most often to say contest or district. They are taking me to my district, Nimba, do this, man. I said, no. I'm educated, I'm a spiritual person. I will do my business and focus on Liberia, moving the country forward, and so forth.
Thank you so much. Your name again?
Bishop Professor Rudolph Q.Kwanue Sr.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure talking to you.
It's good to see you guys here today.
Thank you.
Great.
Oh, yeah.